2 weeks before the attack, just days before Kabul fell to the Taliban, we were in touch with a senior ISIS-K commander who said the group was lying low and waiting for its moment to strike. Words that turned out to be eerily prophetic. So this commander has said that he'll do an interview with us at a hotel here in Kabul, and he says it's no problem for him to get through checkpoints and come right into the capital. To prove his point, he let us film his arrival into the city. Abdul Munir, as he asked to be called, is an ISIS-K commander from Kunar, the heart of the terrorist group's operations. He agreed to talk on the condition that we disguise his identity. In a Kabul hotel, he told us he's had up to 600 men under his command, among them Indians, Pakistanis, and Central Asians. Like many of his foot soldiers, he used to fight with the Taliban, but says they've fallen under the influence of foreign powers.
We were operating in Taliban's ranks. However, these people were not aligned with us in terms of belief, so we went to ISIS.
Do you think they're not strict enough with their implementation of Sharia?
You see, they can't present one example where they have enforced fixed Islamic law punishments, where they have cut off a thief's hand, have stoned to death an adulterer, have stoned to death a murderer. They cannot enforce fixed Islamic law punishments because they are under other people's control, and they implement their plans. So we do not want to implement someone else's plans, and we only want to enforce Sharia. If anyone gets along with us on this, he is our brother. Otherwise, we declare war with him, whether he is Talib or anyone else.
So have you carried out public executions, suicide bombings, things of this nature?
Yes, I have too many memories where I was present myself at these scenes. One memory is that the Pakistani Taliban had come to the Nazia district, and during the fighting we captured 5 people. Our fighters became overexcited and we struck them with axes.
It's that chilling brutality that made ISIS-K a primary target for U.S. forces. In recent years, airstrikes and special forces operations have ruthlessly targeted the group in Kunar and Nangarhar. Has your group engaged in any fighting with U.S. Special Forces?
Yes, we have faced them on many occasions. We had close combat with them too. They used to land in Achin. In Kunar, they carried out airstrikes. We have faced them a lot in firefights.
Are you interested ultimately in carrying out international attacks?
This point is higher than my level. I can only give you information about Afghanistan.
With U.S. forces out of the country and the Taliban potentially in control, do you think that will make it easier for you to expand?
Yes, this exists in our plan. Instead of currently operating, we have turned to recruiting only, to utilize the opportunity and to do our recruitment. But when the foreigners and people of the world leave Afghanistan, we can restart our operations.
That moment has now come, as the world saw all too clearly on Thursday. A brutal attack on an already battered country, and a threat that is not going away as U.S. forces complete their withdrawal. Abdul Munir would not comment on whether the group was interested in pursuing transnational attacks, but he did say that he hopes with the withdrawal of U.S. forces that potentially they might be able to try to establish a caliphate like the one Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi established in Syria and Iraq. Now, most terrorism analysts say that ISIS-K is at least 5 years away from potentially being able to launch international attacks. But this bloody attack on the airport certainly raises very real questions about the Taliban's ability to control groups like ISIS-K and whether Afghanistan could once again become a safe haven for terrorists. Klarissa Ward, CNN, Doha.